The first question is the obvious one. How did you get these ETFs through at a time when the SEC and the federal government is shut down?
So those generic listing standards essentially open up the exchanges to be able to launch any cryptocurrency, single token cryptocurrency ETF.
Hey there, future millionaires. Welcome back to the channel. It's so good to see you all again. I hope you're having an absolutely amazing Halloween, no matter where you are in this beautiful world of ours. So today we're diving into XRP, and wow, do we have some interesting things to talk about. Let me pull up this one-day chart for you. And look at this. We're sitting right around $243. Now here's what's really fascinating. It looks like XRP might actually be starting to bounce back alongside Bitcoin. But hold on. Before we get too excited, I've got to be honest with you. It's still way too early to call this dip officially over. We can't say we're about to break out just yet. What I really want to see is where XRP takes us over the next 24 to 48 hours. That's going to tell us the real story. And honestly, it would be incredible to see XRP finally start breaking out from here. Now, I know a lot of you are feeling super frustrated right now, and I totally get it. Think about it. We had that Fed rate cut, and everyone was thinking, okay, this might be a sell the news event, but then XRP should bounce right back. Add to that the US-China trade developments, and logically, we should be seeing prices move up, right? But instead, and this is where it gets really interesting, the market just kept falling. It kept going even lower than we expected. But here's the thing I absolutely have to show you. Okay, so check this out. Let me take you on a little time machine journey here. If we rewind exactly 1 year ago to Halloween 2024, guess where XRP was sitting? Just 50 cents. Can you believe that? And you know what I was telling everyone back then? I was literally saying, guys, you need to buy now. A massive breakout is coming for XRP. But here's the crazy part. Almost nobody believed me. I remember the comments section was filled with people saying things like, XRP is done for. It's never going back above $1, let alone hitting $2 or $3. But look where we are today. We're still sitting comfortably above $2. That's a 4 times gain in just 1 year, people. And here's what I really want you to understand. When the real breakout happens, and I mean the big one, it's going to be lightning fast. We're talking blink and you'll miss it kind of speed. So if you're one of those people thinking about selling just because we're having a red day with XRP, but you're going to kick yourself later. Trust me on this. We are absolutely going to see XRP go parabolic. It's not a matter of if, it's a matter of when. Now, when exactly is this going to happen? Honestly, nobody has a crystal ball here. Everyone's buzzing about November being the month for crypto, the biggest month ever. But wait, didn't we hear the exact same thing about October and September and August, July, June? You get the picture, right? It feels like we're constantly waiting for that one catalyst that's going to send this market to the moon. But with XRP, it's been delay after delay after delay. Remember all the hype about XRP spot ETF filings? Yeah, they all got filed, and then promptly delayed. But hey, at least now we finally have a real date. November 13th is when the first one drops. That's coming from Canary Capital, and I'll dive deeper into that later in this video. But here's the thing. You absolutely cannot get frustrated right now. You cannot sell now. I mean, seriously, why would anyone sell on a red day? Even if you bought your XRP above $3, you're still going to be profitable this cycle. I promise you that. And you know what's hilarious? The second you hit that sell button, that's exactly when the market decides to turn around. I've been there so many times, thinking, oh, I'll just sell now and buy back cheaper. Then boom, it rebounds, and you're sitting there like, wait, is this the moment? The breakout everyone's been talking about? So what do? You FOMO back in at an even higher price. Here's my golden rule for XRP. Buy it on the exchange, move it to your wallet, and then do absolutely nothing. On red days, do nothing. If you're feeling brave, maybe buy more at these discounted prices because I'm telling you, any XRP you scoop up right now is going to make you money. It's crazy how people act like XRP is going to zero every single time we see some red in the market. That's just not reality, folks. And just look at Bitcoin right now. It's dropped back under that 110,000 mark and is sitting just above 108,000 as we speak. Now here's something really interesting. If you pull up the Bitcoin chart and put it side by side with the XRP chart, they look practically identical. And there's a very simple reason for this. We're still completely tied to Bitcoin's movements. A lot of people haven't quite figured this out yet, but it's exactly why the entire market is bleeding red right now. Everything is still dancing to Bitcoin's tune. But here's where it gets exciting. Eventually, we are going to break free from Bitcoin. And when that decoupling finally happens, this whole market is going to transform lightning fast. We won't be in this crazy cycle anymore where every little news drop sends us tumbling. You know what I'm talking about. Oh no, there's tariff talk. Time for XRP to tank. That whole pattern is going to become a thing of the past. Why? Because XRP is finally going to be used for what it was actually designed for. Real utility is going to start driving XRP's price instead of just speculation and Bitcoin's mood swings. That's what's going to trigger the great decoupling we've all been waiting for. But, and this is a big but, we won't see true utility driving the price until we get one crucial thing first: clear regulations. And speaking of news that should be moving markets, did you guys see what President Trump said about his meeting with Chinese President Xi? He called it amazing and mentioned that a lot of major decisions were made during their talks. Now, logically speaking, this kind of positive diplomatic news between two of the world's biggest economies should have sent the market absolutely flying upward, right? But here's what's driving everyone absolutely crazy. And I know you've noticed this pattern too. No rate cuts, market dumps. Rate cuts happen, still dumps. Tariffs go up, dump. Tariffs come down, you guessed it, dump anyway. We get amazing news, dump. No news at all, dump. Bad news hits, oh boy, that's a super dump. At this point, you're probably thinking, do we even deserve a bull run? And honestly, I totally get that feeling. It's like there's this master plan to shake out every single person they possibly can before this market finally decides to rock it. They want to get rid of everyone who doesn't have the iron patience to survive days exactly like today. And here's the thing. You're not going crazy, and you're not seeing things. Everyone is noticing this same frustrating pattern. I see it too. My community sees it. Traders everywhere are talking about it. I completely understand your frustration. We all do. But here's what's driving everyone absolutely crazy. And I know you've noticed this pattern too. No rate cuts, market dumps. Rate cuts happen, still dumps. Tariffs go up, dump. Tariffs come down, you guessed it, dump anyway. We get amazing news, dump. No news at all, dump. Bad news hits, oh boy, that's a super dump. At this point, you're probably thinking, do we even deserve a bull run? And honestly, I totally get that feeling. It's like there's this master plan to shake out every single person they possibly can before this market finally decides to rock it. They want to get rid of everyone who doesn't have the iron patience to survive days exactly like today. And here's the thing. You're not going crazy, and you're not seeing things. Everyone is noticing this same frustrating pattern. I see it too. My community sees it. Traders everywhere are talking about it. I completely understand your frustration. We all do. And how is crypto responding to all this amazing news? It's absolutely tanking. This is when it really hits you. Headlines aren't what's driving this market anymore. It's people. Real people making real decisions behind the scenes. And here's the harsh truth. The big players pulling all the strings, they're definitely not doing it for you and me. They've basically created this super simple playbook. Keep us regular retail investors confused, impatient, and completely worn out. While we're all stressed and second-guessing ourselves, they're quietly accumulating massive positions as we fight over the leftovers. And meanwhile, what's happening everywhere else? Every other market is absolutely shining. Stocks, gold, you name it, they're all celebrating. But crypto? Once again, we're left in the dust. This isn't some random coincidence, guys. This is a carefully crafted psychological cycle designed to mess with our heads. They keep us distracted with these safe stories and narratives, while the smart money, the bold ones, are quietly building up their positions with rock-solid conviction. Here's the crazy part. Most of us won't even realize it's happening while we're living through it. We'll just feel completely drained, frustrated beyond belief, and have this overwhelming urge to just throw in the towel and walk away. And that's exactly when everything starts to shift. Because if you look back at history, it's never been friendly to impatient people. Think about it. Every single explosive move in crypto has started in complete silence. Nobody sees it coming. Then boom! Just 2 or 3 green candles later, and suddenly everyone's scrambling, thinking they're early again. But by then, the real accumulation phase is already over, and the big players have already positioned themselves perfectly. It's like clockwork, and we've seen this pattern play out over and over again. So if you're still watching this video, still holding strong, keep that bigger picture in mind. You don't need to time the market perfectly. What you need to do is survive all this noise and chaos around us. Use this quiet period to build yourself up, to learn more, and to reconnect with why you got into crypto in the first place. Markets are going to come and go. That's just how it works. But your integrity and empathy, those will outlast every single cycle. The people who move forward with genuine honesty and real passion aren't just chasing lucky breaks. They're preparing themselves for what's inevitable. This cycle isn't going to reward the people shouting the loudest over the next month. It's going to reward those who cared enough to stick around when everyone else bailed out. I thought that was absolutely brilliant because that's exactly what we're seeing happen in crypto right now. This negativity is spreading like wildfire. One person says, "That's it. I'm selling all my crypto. I'm done. I'm completely exhausted and fed up with this whole space." And what happens next? Immediately, someone else jumps in and echoes the exact same thing. Then another person and another. Before you know it, you've got this massive wave of people all saying they want to dump their crypto. Now here's the interesting part. Some of them actually do sell. But a lot of these people who are claiming they're selling everything right now, in a month, maybe even just a week from now when we're seeing green candles again, they'll be telling you they never sold a single XRP. Why? Because what they're really doing is just venting their frustration. They need to get it out of their system. And people fall for this emotional roller coaster every single time. Get this, we just had the first red October for Bitcoin in 7 years. 7 years, guys. That's pretty wild when you think about it. And what's everyone saying right now? Bitcoin's definitely going below 100,000. It's like clockwork, the exact same doom and gloom we always hear during red periods. Here's the funny thing, though. Everybody was expecting Uptober to actually live up to its name this year. But the market had other plans and went completely in the opposite direction. But wait, we're not done yet. We still have today left in October. If the market decides to stay green today, we could actually still close out October in the green. Wouldn't that be something? Talk about a last-minute plot twist. All right, let's see what happens next. This awesome update comes from Eleanor Turret, and it's pretty exciting stuff. So here's the deal. Canary Funds just filed an updated S1 for their XRP spot ETF, and they did something really smart. They removed that pesky delaying amendment that basically hands all the timing control over to the SEC and stops things from going auto-effective. What does this mean for us? Well, this move sets up Canary's XRP ETF for a potential launch date of November 13th. That's assuming NASDAQ gives the green light to their 8A filing, of course. Now, there's one little wrinkle here. The government reopening situation could definitely affect the timing. It might actually speed things up if everything's filed properly and the SEC is happy with what they see. But it could also get pushed back if the staff decides they want to add more comments or changes. But here's what's really encouraging. It seems like SEC Chair Paul Atkins himself is actually on board with companies using this auto-effective method. While he's not directly commenting on ETF launches specifically, yesterday he said he was really pleased to see companies like MapLight taking advantage of that 20-day statutory waiting period to go public during the shutdown. He was actually praising the exact same legal mechanism that Bitwise and Canary used to launch their Solana and Litecoin ETFs just this week. So bottom line, we're looking at November 13th as our possible launch date, unless something crazy happens before then. I'm really hoping the government reopens soon, and that Atkins decides to fast-track all these XRP ETFs we've been waiting for. But this is what Canary had to say about this. Take a listen.
The first question is the obvious one. How did you get these ETFs through at a time when the SEC and the federal government is shut down?
Well, Scarlett, thank you for having me. When the SEC approved the generic listing standards for cryptocurrencies back in September, that actually paved the way for what we're doing now. So those generic listing standards essentially open up the exchanges to be able to launch any cryptocurrency, single token cryptocurrency ETF that actually has a futures market in the US for more than 6 months. So we were able to rely upon that rule to file these ETFs with no delay clause.
Now, fingers crossed that they actually get their XRP spot ETF approved. I'm really hoping we see it go live on November 13th. That would be absolutely huge for all of us holding XRP. And you know what? November is supposed to be the big month for crypto that we've all been waiting for. And honestly, from everything I'm seeing right now, it's actually looking like we might be on track for that to finally happen this time. The pieces are definitely starting to fall into place. Let's talk about BNB versus XRP and how smart traders are actually playing these markets right now. So the reason this article caught everyone's attention is because BNB just flipped XRP and snatched that number 4 spot in the rankings. Now, before anyone starts panicking, here's my take on this. I think this flip is going to be completely temporary. XRP is going to reclaim that number 4 position once it starts its upward momentum again. But here's where it gets really exciting. I don't think it's going to stop there. I believe XRP is eventually going to flip Ethereum. And get this, it might even have a shot at flipping Bitcoin during this cycle. And here's the most important thing to remember. This bull run is far from over, guys. We're still in the early stages of what could be an absolutely incredible ride. So Bitcoin's recent drop to 107,000 has really gotten the analysts talking. According to the team over at Sentiment, we're now seeing a huge surge in predictions calling for Bitcoin to fall below that psychological 100,000 level. Just like I mentioned earlier, tons of people are now expecting Bitcoin to crash all the way down to around 70,000. And here's the thing, if that actually happens, you know it's going to drag the entire crypto market down with it. That's just how things work in this space. But here's where it gets interesting. These same analysts are also saying that after this potential crash, we're going to see this massive reversal that could rocket Bitcoin all the way back above 150,000. Honestly, I don't know if that's going to happen. And you know what? Nobody really knows what's coming next. That's just the truth of it. What I think is really going on here is that everyone's putting out all these wild predictions because they're just as frustrated as we are with what's happening in the market right now. When people don't know what to expect, they tend to throw out extreme scenarios, both bullish and bearish. But like I mentioned at the start of this video, it really does look like XRP is beginning to show some signs of life again. Let's keep our fingers crossed that this rebound keeps building momentum, and hopefully Bitcoin starts climbing back up too, pulling the entire market along for the ride. Now, I know I've been talking quite a bit in this video, but here's why. I really want to give you that reassurance you might need right now. If you bought your XRP above $3, you're still going to make money. I'm absolutely confident about that. Maybe you're new to crypto and you jumped in over the past few months or even this past year. There's a good chance your portfolio might be showing some red numbers right now compared to where you first bought in. But here's what I need you to understand. There's absolutely no need to panic. The best thing you can do right now? Nothing. Just wait for it to happen. Remember those same people who are frustrated today? They were saying the exact same things last year when I was telling everyone to load up at 50 cents. People were incredibly frustrated back then too. They watched XRP move sideways around that 50-cent mark for what felt like forever. Most people genuinely believed we'd never see it break above $1 again. A lot of folks were ready to throw in the towel completely. And then what happened? XRP shot up to $3, even above $3. Right now, we're still sitting comfortably above $2, which is pretty amazing when you think about it. But here's the exciting part. The next breakout is going to take us so much higher than where we've been. Ask literally anyone in the crypto space, and they'll tell you the same thing. Everyone is expecting XRP to have an absolutely massive run-up. This bull run isn't over, guys. Honestly, it hasn't even really started yet. So just stay patient until it happens, and while we're waiting, let's keep that positive energy flowing. We're all going to get rich together. I truly believe that. All right, everyone, that's a wrap on this video. I want to thank each and every one of you for watching and sticking with me through all of this. I genuinely appreciate all of you so much. Have an absolutely fantastic Halloween, and I'll catch you in the next one. Have a great night, future millionaires.